You're Mr. Perp, back with another video, and last night I watched the season premiere of The Shy. Season 2 premiere of The Shy. I talked a little bit about this on my channel when it first came out. Didn't really review it that heavy, but, I really want to just focus on 4 main characters right now. That being Kevin, Emmett, Brandon, and Roni. I'm gonna say Roni for last because I think his storyline is going to be very interesting going forward in this season. But let's start off with Kevin, because I think he's one of the most important characters in this whole entire series, because he's the youngest and he's really going to give us that coming of age story within the series. If you didn't know, last season, he shot somebody, and that pretty much affected his relationship with his friends, like with Poppy, and drawing a blank on the other kid's name, but it really tore them apart, because they were all keeping secrets from each other, not being really trustworthy with each other. But I shout out to Papa for really squashing the beef, you know what I'm saying, and making everything all right between the two friends, and I think his storyline is going to be very interesting going forward still. I think they're still going to have rifts between the friendships because they're definitely older now. I don't know what kind of time skip this was or whatever, but that's Kevin. So let's go over to Emmett. So Emmett's always been, to me, the comedic relief of the show. He always does the goofiest shit in here, but it makes sense for his character, because also I think his character is going to go through the most growth, because we learned out he has 3 baby moms, 3 kids from 3 different baby moms and stuff, which that's what I'm saying, how much time passed by. They didn't really establish that. I guess you could look at that as the slight negative, but doesn't take me completely out of it. But I always liked Emmett's character. He's definitely one of my favorites, but it shows that he really needs to grow up. He really needs to take responsibility for his actions, and it's not all about selling sneakers. And his mom was pretty harsh on him, but it's tough love, because he's so used to just chilling out and just not really taking responsibility for his actions or nothing like that. So I'm assuming, well, no, I'm not assuming, I know that he's gonna have to go through some things. And we also got to meet his father too, so that's gonna be interesting, because to see him, because he's been raised around his mom, so he's been pretty relaxed, but I'm pretty sure his pops is going to be on his ass, and I can't really wait to see what they do with his character this season. I think out of everybody, I think he's going to show the most character growth this season. I think this is going to be the season for him to show his character growth, him becoming a father, taking responsibility of being a father, to see his kids and everything, because that's some real shit. There's a lot of people that don't take care of their kids like that, man. And last season, Emmett was ready about to run off on his one kid. That shit was crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of Emmett's. He was pretty much homeless this whole episode, trying to figure out where is he gonna go, and he ends up knocking on his father's door, and his father's got mad kids. So it's you see that, you see kind of the comparisons, the parallels to that, to his father and him, and I'm just really interested to see what they do with that. But anyways, let's go over to Brendan's character. Now, Brandon, he's the character that, he's in between trying to make a real living for himself and trying to avoid getting into the street life. And I really like that dynamic, because it starts off really nice for him, bro. He's got his food truck, he's making business and all that, and it's all too good to be true, and he gets robbed. Literally, the way they do him in this episode was fucking foul, yo. But You know, he ended up getting his truck stolen, and his money. He got his money stolen, then he got his truck stolen, which that shit would be crushing. And it's like he really trying to figure out like what is his purpose in life? What should he do? And I think his personality, he's gonna have a hard time juggling like what he really loves to do, which is cooking and doing some illegal shit. And I think his character is going to go. I think all these characters are going to go through some major changes, like character development wise changes throughout this whole season. And that's all I want to say about Brandon's character. Not too much going on with his characters, you know. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this review and talk about Roni. Roni is an interesting character. He, you know, when you first meet him in the first season, he kind of comes off as like a douchebag, and not a douchebag, but you know, he's looking for his son Jason, you know, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Ends up killing a kid. And you know what? I don't want to talk about season 1 so much, but I'll say this from season 1, I really like the parallels, you know, where he shoots a kid dead and then he gets shot by Kevin, you know. So he shoots a kid and then gets shot by a kid. And that's kind of, I really liked how, you know, they laid that out in season 1. That was really cool, and it changed his character. But what I really want to talk about, and like speaking of the flashbacks, you see like how him and his mom always still had that type of relationship, really close relationship, before she got like I don't know if it's Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. I think it's Alzheimer's that she has, but you know, I really like that part of the episode. And man, if y'all saw that ending, Jesus Christ, his mom gets the living shit beat out of her. Like, it was so subtle, you never saw it coming. It's just that shit was very graphic. But I think this is gonna drive Roni crazy when he gets this news, because he's in jail right now because he kind of pretty much turned himself in for killing what's this thing, Cookie? I think I forget Brandon's little brother's name. But yeah, overall, this was a strong start, a very strong start. I really like the tone that they're going with. I feel like this season's going to be a bit darker than last season. It's just pretty much about character growth, you know. But let me know if you like this episode. If y'all show some love, I'll do episode reviews. But until next video, I'll check y'all out later. Peace.
I want when they see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. I gotta do more than just the average man would do. I gotta set a mark that can't nobody touch. A place that I won't go, and I feel as though if you got love and you putting out real shit, you can do that. If you kicking that shit from your heart, you can go wherever your heart wants you to go. You have to be diligent about what you want. You have to apply yourself. You have to motivate yourself. And you have to do it for yourself, by yourself. And then you can do things for other people.